Alright, welcome back. In this video I want to go over another example of just solving a simple circuit with some series and some parallel resistors. What we want to do is we want to find the current in this circuit. It's going to be going something like this, and then have a little discussion about Kirchhoffs current law. So that is the algebraic sum of all currents entering and exiting a node or a wire junction, basically being equal to 0. So to get started, what we need to do is we need to figure out what's going on right here. R2 and R3 are parallel to each other, and what I've actually done, I've called R1, R2, R3, and R4 as the names, and I've just said that the resistance is 1 ohm, 2 ohm, 3 ohms, and 4 ohms. So there's going to be an equivalent resistance basically like this. You could imagine if we had just basically erased those, the equivalent resistance is looking like that. So let's bring that back. And the way that we can calculate equivalent resistance, if you remember from some of the previous videos, we have an expression for parallel resistors. It is 1 over the sum of the inverses. So 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. So we can rewrite this. Let's actually just write it with inverse signs. So we have 2 ohms inverse plus the inverse of 3 ohms and then inverse of all of that. So that's equivalent of putting everything in the brackets, 1 divided by that, and then 1 divided by 2 ohms, and 1 divided by 3 ohms inside the brackets. But basically we're going to calculate the equivalent resistance to be 1.2 ohms. And so again, that is like if we don't have the actual resistors here. And then when we look at a system like this, then the total system resistance is going to be the sum of these three, because it becomes a simple series circuit with 3 resistors in series. And so the total resistance would be 1 plus 1.2 plus 4, which is 6.2 ohms. So let's write that down. We have R tot is equal to R1 plus R equivalent plus R4. And that's equal to 6.2 ohms. So now we can find the total current using Ohm's law. So if we have V equals IR for Ohm's law, we can just rearrange for current. So we have I is equal to V over R. And the total voltage is 9 volts in this system. So we have 9 volts divided by the total resistance, which was 6.2 ohms. And that gives us a total of 1.45 amps. So let's actually write that here. That's 1.45 amps. And when we look at that, again, if we ignore these actual parts, then when we look at 1.45 amps coming around the circuit, it's going to pass through resistor 1, it's going to pass through the equivalent resistor, and then it's going to pass through resistor 4, and then back through the battery there. So let's erase some of this and figure out what some of the individual voltage drops are. So looking at resistor 1 using Ohm's law, we have V1 is equal to I1 R1, and I1 is going to be I total, it's 1.45 amps. So we have 1.45 amps times resistance 1, which is 1 ohm, and that gives us just 1.45 volts of the voltage drop across resistor 1, basically from here to here. Looking at the equivalent resistor, we have V equivalent is equal to I equivalent times the resistance, equivalent resistance. So we had 1.45 amps as well. Again, everything has 1.45 amps going around it when we consider the equivalent resistance here to make up a simple series circuit. So 1.4, that's 4.5 amps times the equivalent resistance, which is 1.2 ohms, and that gives us 1.74 volts drop basically from here to here. Okay, let's do the last one. We had V4 is going to be equal to I4 times R4, the voltage drop across resistor 4. So looking at that, we have again the same current, 1.45 amps times the resistance, which was 4 ohms, and that gives us a total voltage drop across that resistor of 5.8 volts. Now actually you'll notice if we have V1 plus V equivalent plus V4, that this all adds up to V total, which is 9 volts. And that is actually Kirchhoff's voltage law, basically saying that the sum of voltages as we go around any loop will sum or net to 0. But that's a topic of a few videos from now, but just so you've seen it before once, Kirchhoff's voltage law is at play here as well. But the important thing here is really the voltage drop across this equivalent resistor. It drops 1.74 volts from this point to this point, but everything up here and that's connected by wires is considered to be one node. So we can shade it in red, and everything down at the bottom here is a different node. Let's shade it in blue. So everything that's on the red node is 1.74 volts higher in voltage than the blue node, which means that the voltage drop across R2 is 1.74 volts. The voltage drop across R3 is 1.74 volts. It has to be equal to the voltage drop across the equivalent resistor. So let's actually just write that out, that we have V2 is equal to V3, which is equal to V equivalent, which is equal to 1.74 volts. Now, we were treating the current flowing through the equivalent resistor to be equal to the total current of 1.45 amps, but it actually gets split between R2 and R3. We can calculate each of them knowing the resistance of each individual resistor and the voltage drop across them. So we can write the expression, let's do I2 first. We just rearrange Ohm's law to get I2 is equal to V2 over R2, which is going to give us the voltage drop is 1.74 volts over 2 ohms, and that is just 0.87 amps. We can also do the current for resistor 3, so I3 is going to be equal to V3 over R3, and again the voltage drop is 1.74 volts, and we divide it by the resistance, which is 3 ohms, and that's a value of 0.58 amps. So at this point we've calculated the current flowing through resistor 1 to be 1.45 amps, through resistor 2 to be 0.87 amps, through resistor 3 to be 0.58 amps, and through resistor 4 to also be the same as resistor 1 at 1.45 amps. Now when we talk about Kirchhoff's current law, it basically says that the current flowing into a node must equal the current flowing out of the node. So let's redraw the nodes here, isolated from the circuit, and draw on the currents that we know. So coming through resistor 1 into the red node, we have 1.45 amps. So let's draw the direction in like this, and we can label it on as 1.45 amps. Through resistor 2, we have a current of 0.87 amps coming out. And resistor 3, we have a current coming out of 0.58 amps. Now if you add up 0.87 plus 0.58, it adds up to 1.45. So we have 1.45 amps coming in and 1.45 amps coming out in total of this red node. So we can do the same thing for the blue node, because we also know the current coming through the resistor. It's right here, it's 0.87 amps. So we can label that on. You can even put the same number, 0.87 amps. And then into this one, through resistor 3, we have 0.58 amps. And then passing through resistor 4, we had that same I total, which was 1.45 amps. And exactly once again, 0.87 plus 0.58. These sum to 1.45 amps, so we have 1.45 amps coming in and 1.45 amps going out. So the current flowing in equals the current flowing out, and Kirchhoff's current law is satisfied basically when we followed all of the steps using Ohm's law and the other equations to analyze this circuit.